All right, so today we're going to be talking about false reports from passengers, the scam that they try to pull by doing different things to either get a reduced ride or a free ride, and then how you can prevent them from happening as a driver. Hey everyone, Chris here from Realridesharestories. On this channel, we do a lot of different things within the rideshare industry, so if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. But before we get started, if you have a crazy Uber or Lyft experience, whether you're a passenger or a driver, record it, send it my way, and maybe we can feature you on the channel. All right, so let's talk about false reports from passengers. First, why it happens. Some of them that we'll go over, some of the common ones that you can kind of watch out for, and then also what you can do to help prevent them. So first, why do they do them? It's a passenger scam where they're just trying to get a free ride. That's pretty much all it is. There are many reasons why, but yeah, it's just basically because they're looking for a free ride. And they'll go to any length to create a false report. So yeah, it's something you really gotta be on the ball about. It's something you gotta watch out for. False reports can deactivate drivers for a few days or permanently deactivate them. So you really got to watch out. And unfortunately, Uber and Lyft do nothing really when it comes to drivers. There are ways to fight them. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, false reportings, like I say, the reason why mostly is just because they're trying to get a free ride. Plain and simple. So some of the common ones that you need to look out for is they can call up the company and say pretty much a bunch of different things. I don't want to give out too much information on that, only because it's very possible that somebody may use this, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. But it's very easy to claim a false report. Some of the common ones, though, is my driver picked up the wrong person. They didn't pick me up, which if you ask certain questions, like say, who are you looking for? What's the name of the passenger? Something like that, where you as a driver don't give out the information, but you're getting the information from the passenger first to verify, and then also just verifying where they're going. And if they say that's the wrong location, well, then have them change it actually within the app itself. Another false report is my driver was smelling like alcohol, or the vehicle was smelling like alcohol or marijuana. In that case, they're going to deactivate you. Unfortunately, if you drive at night or even during the day, you can definitely get people who are coming in that smell like booze or smell like weed. And the only thing you really can do is roll down the windows, make sure you have some like spray, like Lysol or anything like that. Spray it real quick, keep the windows down, air it out. So then the next ride, you don't have that smell in there. Unfortunately, that's a very tough one to kind of prove or disprove when it comes to like dash cam footage, because it's a smell. But those are very common ones, and those are definitely ones that you can fight. But like I say, the easiest thing to do to help mitigate anything like that is roll down the windows, spray some Lysol or another spray, and then also if you have these little things or anything like scents or anything, whether it be just a very faint scent, but something that can help with the car and the smell. But yeah, definitely air it out before you hit that next ride, just to help so you don't get that issue or strike against you. Another false report that I'm going to go over that's pretty common is my driver was driving erratically, speeding, or falling asleep behind the wheel. Now, this one's actually very easy to fight, the first two, where you're saying you're driving erratically or driving too fast or something like that, because Uber and Lyft track all of that information. Do they use it to do anything though? Probably not, but it's going to be counted less against you, and it's easier to fight. Also, if you have like a GPS tracker, especially like with a dash cam, the dash cam I use is the Vantrue N2 Pro, which I'm going to talk about real quick as well too. But if you have that, they also have a GPS attachment, which you can also show what the miles per hour is and the speed. It actually comes in handy if you ever need to use it to fight against a false report like that. Yeah, but those are definitely a few of the false reports. All right, so the driver falling asleep behind the wheel or appearing tired, that actually has happened to me. I did have to fight Uber or Lyft. I don't remember which one it was because it happened a little while ago now. But I got the email from the company saying that somebody made a report saying that I was tired behind the wheel or falling asleep. I knew exactly what ride it was right away, and I knew they were trying to get a free ride, but this is after the fact. I didn't know anything before or during the ride, I should say, but once I got that email, I knew exactly which ride it was, and I contacted the company right away, both email and I called them. Luckily, I drive for both companies, so I just turned on the other one and drove that for the rest of the night. But I was off for a few days, which actually was okay, only because, I drive part-time, so when they did it, it really didn't make a difference because that was the time I don't normally drive. And then when I was reactivated again, I was able to drive, no problem. They gave me a they gave me like a reimbursement fee for the time of the false report. But yeah, and it happens, and it happens often. I'm not going to give out any more false reports, but there are many, many, many different kinds and many different ones. One of the easiest things, though, that you can do to prevent against false reports is, hold on, let me grab it because I'm in my car. Maybe. Hold on, give me a second. This just shows you how good it is. I'm actually going to pull off the whole thing. That is having one of these. Yes, so like I said, having a dash cam. It's got the forward facing and the rear facing on it. One of the best investments you can get as a rideshare driver, because if you need this, you have the footage. It shows you exactly what happened. It shows you that they're making a false report. And there's just many different reasons why to have one of these. Like I say, I do have the Vantrue N2 Pro. It is dual dash cam, and it has the IR at night. Links in the description below if you ever want to look at one of these or get them for yourself. I highly recommend it. Also, check out one of my videos that I did that went into a little bit more detail on that. But yeah, it's definitely a great dash cam. And that helps prevent many different false reports from happening because it's there. And then also having little stickers in your car that say, for security, this vehicle is equipped with audio and video recording devices. Mine also says at the bottom, consent given by entering the vehicle. So it's one of those where it's like a two-party thing. So if you have that issue in a state or a local area where you need two-party consent, having stickers is definitely something that's going to help out. But talk to your local law enforcement agency or a lawyer in terms of audio and video recording to make sure you do comply with the law. But yeah, definitely highly recommend getting one of those because of just the simple report in false reportings. Now, one of the big things also too on why you should have a dash cam is if it ever gets you permanently deactivated, there is a possibility, and don't take my word for it, but there is a possibility that you may be able to sue the passenger for a fraudulent and defamation of character claim. They are permanently which means they are permanently deactivating you due to a due to a passenger's claim, which is false in nature, which it can have a major impact on you and your earnings because you can't drive anymore. So you do have a very big possibility of a lawsuit against a passenger who is making a false report. Again, don't take my word for it because I'm not a lawyer or a person in law, but talk to a lawyer. Maybe they can help let you know a little bit more. But if you've ever been permanently deactivated due to a passenger claim, you know what? Hold the passenger responsible because they made a bullshit report. So it's just basically simple to not let them happen. And if you can get media coverage behind it, that's probably going to be even better because it's going to help other passengers realize that drivers aren't going to take crap anymore, and that it's our way of protecting ourselves in the event that Uber or Lyft doesn't want to. So yeah, like I say, have this in your car. Or one of these. You don't necessarily have to have this one, but I do highly recommend it, especially at night, only because it has great night shots in low light and no light conditions. All right, so that is the end of the false reports. Like I say, the reason why is basically they're just trying to get a free ride, and they don't care what cost it is, whether it be to you or the company or both. And they don't care if it's going to get you permanently deactivated, partially deactivated, or just getting a free ride in general. So that's definitely something that you want to watch out for. And then also, like I say, make sure you do have a dash cam in your car at all times recording, only because then you can help prevent and show what is actually happening in the vehicle, whether you need it or not. But it's going to help prevent false reports. And then also, if passengers see that dash cam, they're less likely to create a false report altogether. So it's definitely something to help prevent that. As always, never drink and drive, always tip your drivers, and we'll see you next time.